New Year's Eve, 2022. In the quiet, picturesque coastal town of Cohasset, Massachusetts, just 22 miles southeast of Boston, the Walsh family welcomed the new year with a seemingly ordinary celebration. They dined, toasted, and embraced the possibilities of 2023. But beneath the surface of their polished, successful image lurked a darkness, a hidden tension between a well-educated, ambitious woman and a husband with a troubled past. A man with a history of fraud, psychological instability, and violent threats. And then, in the early hours of New Year's Day 2023, Anna Walsh vanished. This is True Crime Stories, where we explore the most gripping and perplexing criminal cases. Today, we're diving into a case that has captivated audiences worldwide. A case filled with shocking revelations, eerie clues, and a web of deceit that unravels with every detail. The disappearance of Anna Walsh. Anna, a Serbian-born professional, had built an impressive career in the hospitality industry. With degrees from Belgrade University and Cornell, she had climbed the corporate ladder, landing a prestigious role as operations director at Tishman Speyer in Washington, D.C. But while Anna's career soared, her husband, Brian Walsh, was struggling. Brian, a man with an Ivy League education and a privileged background, had squandered his opportunities. In 2021, he pleaded guilty to federal fraud charges for selling fake Andy Warhol paintings, a scheme that revealed his talent for deception. Under house arrest, Brian was confined to their Massachusetts home, while Anna split her time between Boston and D.C., commuting frequently. On New Year's Eve, the couple hosted a small gathering at their home. A friend who attended described a joyous night, laughter, toasts, and a hopeful outlook for the coming year. But just hours later, everything changed. Brian claimed that on January 1st, Anna left home in the early morning for an unexpected work trip to D.C., taking a rideshare to the airport. But as investigators soon discovered, there was no record of any Uber, Lyft, or taxi picking her up. She never boarded her scheduled flight on January 3rd. By January 4th, her employer reported her missing. That same day, Brian also contacted the police, though his behavior would soon raise suspicions. A web of lies. When police began retracing Anna's last known movements, the inconsistencies in Brian's story became glaring. He claimed to have visited Whole Foods and CVS on January 1st, but surveillance footage revealed he never stepped foot in either store. His cell phone data placed him in locations he never mentioned, contradicting his timeline. A search of the Walsh home uncovered bloodstains in the basement and a damaged, bloodied knife. Then came the most damning discovery: Brian's internet search history. On the morning of January 1st, mere hours after Anna was last seen, he searched, "How long before a body starts to smell? How to stop a body from decomposing? 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you really need to." And in the days that followed, can you be charged with murder without a body? Best hacksaw to dismember a body. How long does DNA last? Investigators also discovered that on January 2nd, Brian visited a Home Depot, caught on surveillance wearing a mask and gloves, where he purchased $450 worth of cleaning supplies, including mops, tarps, and duct tape. Motive: a marriage in trouble. But why would Brian Walsh want his wife dead? Authorities believe money was a key factor. Anna had accumulated a real estate portfolio worth nearly $2 million, with properties in Massachusetts, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., none of which listed Brian as an owner. Just days before her disappearance, Brian searched, "How long does someone have to be missing before you inherit their money?" Adding to this, evidence suggests their marriage was on the rocks. Anna had been seen multiple times without her wedding ring, and on December 27, 2022, Brian Googled "best states for divorce." But rather than a divorce, prosecutors argue, Brian chose murder. the final clue. One of the most chilling details in this case is a handwritten note. Anna's New Year's message to Brian. Written on a champagne box from their celebration, she had scribbled words filled with hope and love. Wow, 2022, what a year. And yet, we are still here, together. Let's make 2023 the best one yet. We are the authors of our lives. Courage, love, perseverance, compassion, and joy. Anna's message was never read. The champagne bottle remained unopened. Where the case stands today. Brian Walsh has been charged with the murder of his wife. Although Anna's body has yet to be found, the overwhelming evidence, blood in their home, surveillance footage, and his damning internet searches, paints a horrifying picture. Their 3 children, now orphaned, are in the custody of the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families, while the legal battle over Brian's fate continues. A decade before Anna's disappearance, she reported Brian to police for threatening to kill her, but she never followed through with pressing charges. She later married him, perhaps believing he had changed. But in the end, Brian Walsh was exactly who she feared he was all along. This is True Crime Stories. Stay tuned for updates as we continue to follow this case. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay safe.